can't freaking do this anymore. I cannot. It's like 8 o'clock at night. I just got done doing some haphazard leg day where I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm walking around seeing what machines are available. I'm going as hard as I can on them. Push my workout to the end of the day because I didn't get up early enough to go to the gym and actually do it. I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining what happened, I guess. And that's really all these are, these raw takes, whatever I want to call them. I might even change the name in the future. I really don't know what I'm doing with that, but it's just me talking about how I feel, basically. And hopefully you guys get something from that, but I literally cannot do this anymore. I cannot be 1 foot in and 1 foot out about this anymore. I cannot be on one side of what I'm trying to decide to do and a completely other side on, well, maybe if I did this, that'll be fine. Maybe if I just started implementing this habit, that'll work. But that's not how this is supposed to work. That's not how this mission works. To be mission focused means that you do not take your eyes off the prize, and that you have a very clear definition of what that prize is. And I have no clue what it is. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do job-wise. I have an idea of becoming a personal trainer, but I can't even walk in with my own training. So how am I supposed to do that? And again, I'm not complaining. I'm explaining where my head is at right now. And I'm so tired of making excuses. It's excuses after excuses after excuses. I'm not special in any way. I haven't been through some little thing that nobody understands me, and that's why I can't do it. It's always some excuse. Every single time. Oh, I can't do it because I got addicted to porn when I was like 12. I can't do it because I have type 1 diabetes and my pancreas doesn't work. I can't do it because, my metabolism's super high and I burn calories quicker than everybody else. That's why I can't reach my macros. Well, I don't have good enough genetics to be a bodybuilder. I'm too tall. That's what it is. Yeah, dude, sure, man. Sure. It's all of that, right? That's the problem. Nobody's ever had issues that are more difficult to overcome than those, right? That makes perfect sense. You're just 1 in a billion, apparently. Nobody's taken into account the 1 in 1 billion chance of my excuses coming up. All these other guys that have succeeded, it's because they didn't have to go through what you go through. They didn't have to get, overcome a lifelong addiction. They didn't have to, take a medication through a needle every single day of their life. They didn't have to do any of that. That's why they're successful. It's not because they actually understand how the game is and they're actually mission focused and that their standards are higher than everyone else's. It has nothing to do with that, right? It's because they don't get you. That's why. It's the same exact vein of, well, maybe this thing will work, It's like with the excuses, you're shuffling through them, you're trying to see, okay, I slept in again, I've got 10 minutes before I have to go to work. Maybe this excuse will work, and I'll put that in, and that'll be my excuse for the day. That'll be my little coping mechanism. It's the same thing. You're like, well, maybe this thing will work. Maybe what will work this time is moving. Maybe I just need a change of environment. Maybe I need to spend hundreds of dollars on a program to help me quit pornography. It is so easy. It is so freaking easy to quit pornography. And it sounds insane when I say that, because I dealt with it for years. More than half my life I dealt with a porn addiction. And it's just that easy to quit. You don't have to buy some John Franco Martinez $60 a month TRF, the freedom formula, the retention formula, Discord server that'll give you different walls of how to distract yourself from the addiction with Bible verses from a Protestant Christian perspective. You don't need to do any of that. You don't need to spend any money at all. You just need to understand that it does nothing for you. You need to stop seeing it as something you want to do. You need to decide not to do it, and you need to not mope about your decision in deciding not to stop doing it. In deciding to stop doing it. That's all you have to do. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. Lust is very difficult, okay? Lust is a very difficult sin and passion to actually struggle against. There's people looking at me in the other car. I don't care, honestly. I'm doing my thing. My phone's about to die anyway. I don't even know how I'm going to find my way home after this, but it doesn't matter. But once you understand how actually simple it is to break through the brainwashing of your mind and just set yourself free, it is literally the scales being lifted from your eyes. You don't need any of it. You didn't need to spend any money. You could have just been done with it, and then you were like, what? Why did I ever do that to begin with? How was I systematically brainwashed along with millions of other people into believing that this is something that does anything for me at all? It's that simple. And right now I'm at a point where I'm done with it. And I'm just so angry at myself for how much time I've wasted thinking that it was some niche thing that would get me into quote unquote success. It's simple. It's not always easy, but you can't strive for a balanced life. If you want like a balanced life, that's great. I have no problems with that, right? I think everybody ultimately wants some sort of balance in their life, right? I think that's ingrained into us, but that doesn't exist nowadays. Do you understand how bad things are about to get? And I hope to God that watching the Charlie Kirk assassination turned you on to just how bad things are as it did me. When I saw that, I became physically and viscerally disgusted with myself at how far I've let myself slack into not making sure my business was started up, into not making sure my health was in line, into not making sure I knew how to defend myself. I'm in a bad part of town. I could probably take them. I'm 6'1". I've been going to the gym for a while. I know how to throw a punch. I have a knife. Like I would probably be fine. But you have no idea what is about to come. This is gonna be like 2020 BLM riots all over again, but much, much worse. And I hope it doesn't come to that. I really, really hope it doesn't come to that. But you don't have a plan in place. You don't have a plan in place. Maybe some of you do. I certainly don't. I don't know. I have no clue what I would do if things went really bad. I have no clue what my first step is. No idea. Pray. And prayer is the most powerful tool on the planet, but I feel like people use it as an excuse to do nothing. They say, I will sit down and pray about it, and that will be it. And it would be one thing if you were earnestly praying, But my excuse for the longest time has been, well, I'm not going to keep a very, consistent prayer rule. I'm just going to pray occasionally and hope that that gets me through the door. And of course, praying for a little bit is better than nothing at all. But it can't replace action. Okay? Here's how you pray in expectancy. You pray in expectancy by sitting down and asking God for it. Say it's like, oh, I want to be more healthy. God, help me to be more healthy. You pray him that, and then your actions then reflect what you have prayed. You don't pray for God to make you healthier, and then you go sit on the couch directly after that and watch TV and eat chips, okay? No, your actions must reflect your faith. Faith without works is dead, just as works without faith is dead. They are both dead. And I'm so sick of that conversation. Whoa, what? No, faith is alive, even if you don't have works. It just results in good works. No, you must work and then you will have faith. It's both. It is literally, it's both. They're synonymous. They're supposed to be synonymous. James literally describes it and compares it to the soul. The body is dead without the soul, just as faith without works is dead. That spells it out completely for you right there. There should be no confusion as to your next steps and what you need to do and how you need to pray in the things you need to accomplish so that you can become a better man to provide for the people that you love and cherish. Because it's not an issue of ignorance anymore. Maybe at one point you could make the argument. I just don't know what my next step is. But you know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what you need to do to get out of your circumstances. You just don't do it because it sucks and you're lazy. And I'm speaking to myself just as much as I am speaking to all of you who need to hear this. I've known for months what my next steps need to be, but it literally feels like there is an invisible force pulling me down sometimes. And I've only just realized that's not some invisible force. That's not Satan. That's not the people around me. That's not my circumstances. That's not the decisions I've made leading up to this. That's me. I'm preventing myself from moving forward. Nothing else. And when you take that level of personal accountability, when you decide to take it that far, you're already light years ahead of everyone. Because you're not recognizing that it's just some vague concept of that it's your fault. You recognize that it is actually your fault because now the ball is in your court. Wouldn't you rather that? Wouldn't you rather the ball be in your court? Wouldn't you rather be able to actually take the decisions you've made and do something with that? Because what if you're right, What if it is just some external, invisible force that you can't control and there's nothing you can do about it? What then? Can you do anything about that? Oh, no? Well, then I guess you can't do anything, right? It doesn't necessitate action in any way. And you need to start thinking in a way that will necessitate action. I'm going to go home. I'm going to upload this and I'm going to think about what my next moves are. And then I'm going to come back on here. I'm going to tell you what those next moves are. And then I'm going to start documenting my journey as authentically as I can. I love the guys who have stuck with me since the very beginning of this YouTube channel. Invicto, you are a real one. Seriously. You're one of the very real people out there in this community that I have found who's actually loyal and continues to watch, even as inconsistently as I upload. Thank you, legitimately. And I hope to find more of you guys on here. But I'm going to start uploading more. I'm going to start getting more ideas out there, and I'm going to start making progress. No more excuses. No more. That's all I got. God bless.